Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to continue building our wall, and Bentley, this is all for you. I hope you appreciate this. We're building this wall just so you don't get squished on the road. Alright? Do you appreciate it? Not a bit.
Welcome to Pickard Home.
So this is as high as we're going, this one stone. So it just takes us up to this top level. A bit of room in there for some cement. It's another gorgeous day here today. The temperature is not very high yet, but it's a stunning day. Just what the doctor ordered. And of course all this will be lime mortar pointed when it's all set, and then it blends in with the house. There's plenty of room in there for a lime mortar. So we need some steel work now, because we need something to hang our gates on. Because we've partly built our wall now, I need to incorporate some steel work into the wall before I continue, to make it super strong. So I'm using angle iron. So I'm going to cut the steel work for both sides of the gate at the same time. While I'm doing it, I might as well do both. Lost my pencil. That never happens. Hello, Bentley. Well, that's not a bad way to start the day. Obviously what I can do now, I can drill the wall, bolt this on, and then we need a piece of steel that runs along there to support the wall, because obviously when you hang a gate off a wall like this, it needs lots of support, and the bottom part of the hinge pushes into the wall, but the top part of the hinge, when the gate's closed, pulls it out of the wall. So we need to see, especially in this area, we need to really strongly secure it to make sure that it stays in place for an awful long time and the gate doesn't sag. So we'll get the bottom one in first and then I'll level it up. I don't know whether this little drill is up to it. I've piloted the hole out 8mm, but I need a 12mm hole. But as you can see, these drills are different. This is a special truck made for masonry bits, and it has a special fastening. Whereas this is just made for a conventional chuck, so we can't use that in the hammer drill. So I'll try it, see if we can get it. Little bit of the wall just there looks poking out. I just need to get rid of that and then this will fall into place. Obviously the squarer I can make it now and the better fit it is, it's much easier later to adjust the gate. I'm going to make some little adjusters for the gate so I can adjust the height and just to get them completely square, so when they close together, they close together really well. You know, there'll be a nice gap in between. A little lump there. So these bolts are so long, what I'll do, I'll double up on the wall plugs. I'll put 2 lots of wall plugs in. So, but for now, one's enough. What I'd like to do is make all the steel work all correct, get all the bolt holes in the correct place, all the wall plugs in the correct place, and remove it and paint the back of it and give it a really good coat of paint, because what I don't want to happen is in the future we can have all this painted really well at the front, but the back with no paint on, because what happens then is over time you get really rusty streaks down the wall. So that's going to happen eventually. But if we can give it a really nice coat of paint and rust proof it as much as possible, that's the thing for the very distant future. Because these are all individual pieces. If there'd have been a one piece or sort of a column out of one piece of stone that was dug into the ground and cemented in, we wouldn't have needed to use the steel. We could have mounted the hinges directly to the stone, because obviously you get a nice clean flat face. But because we're using individual pieces, I want to now key them all together by using a piece of steel. I'll show you. So now we've got our steel uprighting, it's super strong. What I want to do now is weld a piece in there, and I can put some bolts through here, maybe 2 or 3 bolts, just poking down into the cement, and then cement the whole thing in. So that will act as an anchor and stop this being pulled forward by the gate, the weight of the gate. So make it super strong, make it so it never sags, and it's super simple to do. In fact, I've got something better than that. I'm going to use a piece that I cut off and weld on the back. And that way that'll make a super strong anchoring point, and it can never pull forward then. That's better. That's going nowhere now.
Okay, so I'm going to prime it. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if I'm doing a good job with this painting. Andrew's better than me painting. I'm terrible. I'm doing my best. Hopefully it's not gonna tell me off. Well, Bentley, be careful, don't be under there. You don't want to be painted as well. Not so bad. Drip in here. Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous today. Absolutely gorgeous for working outside. Okay, so I think I need to leave it to dry first, and then maybe I need to talk to Andrew about it, give it another coat of paint, primer. Here you are, Bob's your uncle. Maybe just move it to the side. Yeah, I'll do that a little bit like this, just a tiny bit. So Andrew, I've done my best. I've primed it once and twice.
Yeah, it'd be better letting it prime it once, let
Yeah.
it dry,
And then
and then prime,
prime
it
again.
Doesn't matter. It'll just take longer to dry, that's all. It's all right.
It's all right.
So now it's had a coat of primer, we just need to put the other bolt holes in. We've got everything, get everything lined up. And that. I'll put the hole in. Obviously, when I put the big stone on top, we can drill it and put another bolt in there. I think 4 should be plenty. 2's pretty strong, so 4 is going to be mega strong. So now we've got our 3 holes in and the hole drilled for the top for the next big stone. We can paint that, and then I can continue, while that dries, I can continue to build the wall along, and then by the time we get to this end, the paint should be dry and we can bolt it all back on again. You know how to paint, don't you, Mary?
I think so.
Don't put too much on at once,
Okay. Yeah.
otherwise
Just a little bit.
otherwise it just runs.
Okay.
You just get your paintbrush like this.
Okay.
I'll do
And
it on
then
the opposite
just.
side. And it doesn't matter that it shows through like that.
Yeah. So we can give it more coats.
And then let it dry and
Yeah.
then give it another.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's near enough for a random stone wall. Well, obviously when the top's all pointed, it'll we can level it up even more. Good morning. So Miriam gave our bracket 2 coats of black paint in this area, because this is the area that's going against the wall, and obviously once it's against the wall we can't touch it again. So it's dry now, it's morning after, so we can fasten it to the wall. That's super solid now. And obviously once we build round this part and back to there and it all gets filled in, it'll be incredibly strong. And hopefully, because it's out of the sun at the back, we won't get the rusty streaks either, you know, not for an awful long time. And obviously we can paint this edge, we can paint the inside, paint the bolts, and it'll keep it nice for years to come. I'm just packing cement under the metal bracket now, so when we put the top on it can't compress, it's already solid. But it's another beautiful morning. But mornings like this, it doesn't even feel like work. Well, obviously if you were battling with wind and rain, that'd be a different matter, but when it's like this, it's a little bit of heavy lifting, but apart from that, it's a nice relaxing morning. Right, I can build all this in now and get another big stone on top. I think I might need some assistance now. It's getting a little bit heavy to pick these big ones up. That's better. I just roughly chisel stones from a quarry. You know, the modern things are cut with a big diamond blade. It makes a perfect block. But because we're using these old stones, actually most of these big ones came out from the floor in Oliver and Miriam's barn, and they are just literally random stones. They've got one kind of straight edge here and one straight edge there, and a flat bottom. But all the other sides are all completely rough and random. But we're getting there. Once it's all pointed, it'll look stunning. So the centre of the gates will be just slightly higher, this about 20 centimetres higher than this point. Yeah, so they'll come along and then go up. It should look nice.
Could you not find any big one?
No.
You'll want to stand on the rock, won't you?
Oh yeah. Okay, can you look? And up.
You're losing the old team water.
That's all right.
We got room.
Lift it up at the front edge. You can. So,
You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
there it is. We've got our first half of our wall complete. We've got the steel work in now to hang our hinges from for our new gates. And it's looking pretty good. Obviously, we've still got to point it yet, but obviously going to do the other side first, and then we can point it all together. Or even thinking about knocking off the pointing on the side of the house, so it's all matches, because the pointing on the house is it's a bit messy. And it doesn't match the front of the house, which we pointed last year. So thank you all for watching. It's been very nice having you here. And if you'd like to subscribe and leave us a comment, that will be wonderful. And also, can you give us a thumbs up and ring the bell icon? So if you do subscribe, it notifies you when the next video goes up. So thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Remember, make a life, not just a living. Bye bye.